Michael Shellenberger out with a bombshell that won't get covered by the mainstream press. We need a new name for them.
Probably
I'm
not
take us on a
true.
tangent.
Right? What? A new name for what?
Press,
Mainstream corporate press.
Not corporate press. They need a new name. But
why not?
Lame Street Media.
Hell yeah, Charles. You give it to them. Why not? What's wrong with corporate media? I think that's an accurate description.
It doesn't land. It's
boring. What do you mean? What's boring about it?
They just need to be. There's another word for propaganda that we could use here, but let's get to the. I've just been thinking about that. I'm going to start a trend amongst my small Twitter following.
Give me an idea of what you're talking about. Like, it doesn't have to be
people
that you finally land on, but give me directionally what you're thinking about.
They're propagandists for big money.
Okay,
whether that be government, Wall Street,
big money media.
Whether that be dark media, I don't know. They're propagandists for Pfizer and Wall Street and the Federal Reserve and the Boeing and all the weapons manufacturers and the CIA and all the enemies. So
captured media?
Yeah, maybe. But we're not going to come up with it here. We got to get to so Shellenberger, who's not going to get covered in captured media. Let's try it out. Has a new report and it has two claims. One, the Russians actually preferred Hillary Clinton in the 2016 cycle. That's the first claim. The second claim is that the CIA specifically directed 26 people in the Trump campaign to be spied on by CIA agents in order to create the Russian interference narrative. The Russians saw Hillary as they preferred her because they saw her as predictable. They thought Trump was a wild card. And Shellenberger, the big thing is saying there are documents within the CIA or Trump has them that lay out this whole plan.
That Trump has them?
Maybe. They're either in the CIA or Trump has them.
Do we know why Trump wouldn't, or I guess could we guess why Trump wouldn't release those documents if he has them?
Timing.
What would be you're not with Trump today, but maybe one day soon. What would be an example of good timing for this? After he wins, October surprise. After they convict him and throw him in jail, when Nikki Haley wins, is that a good time?
Closer to the election would be better.
Okay.
The thought process that with the October surprise, you drop it at the last minute, the other side doesn't get to respond. Their last October surprise, which was the Biden laptop, got suppressed by the media or by social media. We all know the story. So maybe he doesn't have it. Maybe it's just in the CIA. I don't know. But I find Michael Shellenberger to be credible. I think most of his reports have borne out to be backed by evidence. This one, he's putting a lot of stake in. He's hyping it up. One, because he wants eyeballs on it. But two, I think that he's got a story here that he thinks is credible. So I'd like to see more.
Well, I'd give it credibility simply because it's not unlike the CIA to do it. I feel like this is right up their alley. So it doesn't at all surprise me. And even on the first point, it doesn't surprise me that Hillary would have been their preferred choice because she is more predictable. I mean, it's kind of similar to Nikki Haley being preferred by kind of a lot of the establishment because of predictability. And a lot of these enemies or allies want predictability, and so that doesn't. Neither of those, I think, surprises me very much.
Well, Russia would prefer Hillary because she already sold them a third or half of our uranium deposits, right? She's willing to play ball.
I don't know.
Uranium.
Speechless.
You did your research or something.
I don't know anything about the uranium deposits. So I just yes.
Uranium one.
So can I ask you guys a question?
What?
Yeah. Yes.
Is that what killed Superman?
That's uranium kryptonite. One.
Yeah. Kryptonite. There you go.
Is this new, or did we already know all this?
I don't think we knew that the CIA had foreign allies spy on the Trump team, triggering the Russian collusion hoax. I always thought of it as, and I think this is accurate, Hillary Clinton paid the former British MI6 spy to go to Russia and dig up dirt on Donald Trump. So she actually colluded with foreign governments.
Mhm.
But I don't know that I knew that the CIA, I wouldn't have been surprised if you told me this last week or whenever, but that they had allies spy on the Trump team, I didn't know that.
Yeah, neither did I. But I do think that this was probably, I mean, this was part of a broader conspiracy theory. I think people kind of felt things like this, but it's kind of another situation in which we have a conspiracy that either is in whole or in part validated by now extra information. And so, I mean, I think a lot of people felt this to be true or felt something like this to be true. And now they're being reassured that it was, or maybe not reassured, but yeah, assured that it did happen.
So we come full circle, and Marjorie Taylor Greene is vindicated by our last story.
Hell yeah.
It's a heck of a way to leave it off.
No, I would like to see more. Like, I like the CIA did this. That's scratching on all, my favorite, what do you call it? Itch spots. Scratching all my favorite itches, but I need to see more. But I think Shellenberger is solid. I think he's one of the top 5, top 10 independent journalists out there now that's bringing the heat. And
Who's top one?
I don't know. I always am a big Glenn Greenwald fan. Matt Taibbi's pretty solid. I think Brett Weinstein's doing some interesting stuff because he's like straddling the conspiracy line, which I love to see. But he's also endeavoring on some areas that not a lot of people are talking about. He's doing that stuff on the Darien Gap right now and the immigration in there and the Chinese camps. And he's, he's a biologist by trade, but he's acting as a journalist.
We're all journalists.
Yeah, we're all journalists if you think about it. You're just
Interesting.
excited because Weinstein or Weinstein?
Weinstein.
You're just excited because Weinstein's starting to talk about how HIV doesn't cause AIDS.
Oh, was that the guy from Joe Rogan the other day? I keep seeing that clip. Is that him?
Yeah.
Michael is super excited about that.
I'm not interested in that, but Weinstein has been on this. He built a plan in 2020 it was called, what did he call it?
The 2020 plan?
No. To get people behind a third-party independent run. And he's becoming more political. And he's willing to go places in terms of conspiracy world that the Shellenbergers and the Taibbis aren't willing to go. So, well, Shellenberger's deep in the UFO thing. But
well, that's not a conspiracy anymore. We all know that that's true.
It's true.
Well,
for Adam Lowy, apparently.
There's still the conspiracy about, who know what and when and why they're not telling us more.
That's true.
That's
fair.
Plenty of conspiracy there. But whatever.
But interestingly, all of those people that I named are Democrats.
I would have never guessed.
You love the D. You love D's.
Well,